Hey, welcome to college football. My name is Jesse. Before you jump into that video, make sure you visit coolladman100x.com to get custom ebooks and other things that's available on the website. Link will be in the description below. Also, visit the NFLShop to get yourself some Kansas City's Chiefs gear and your own personal team gear as well. And also, all the other sponsors will be in the description below. Now, back to Kool-Aid.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy Kool-Aid Man 100X. Welcome to college football. How you guys doing? We're going to be jumping into it. We're going to be looking at Gun Tight Doubles. The playbook is going to be Maryland. We're going to be looking at a play called Cross Wheels. All right. So, when we're running across wheels here, it's a unique play. I just feel as though when you run this play, it develops a little longer. Now we need to understand how the play is actually ran. So, let's see here. So, what we're doing here is understanding how the play is ran. So, we got a nice mesh concept across the field. Kind of like this mesh concept across the field. You can actually run the play as is. And everything pretty much opens up for you. I wouldn't even recommend doing any adjustments because you're opening up both sides of the field as is. I think the adjustment that you can do is just wait for the open guy, you know. And don't get me wrong, it's creative things that you can do out of here. I just feel as though the wheel routes are pretty much deadly. I think the great adjustment too, I love the circle route going across the middle of the field because a lot of people don't really admire that route. And if you really want to make that route stronger, I would say is that you can actually streak X. That would probably open up circle a little bit more for the safety situation because now you're actually putting that safety down. See what I'm saying? So now you're actually I'm just throwing the ball. So don't think I'm just throwing the ball crazy, but I'm giving you the route breakdown and adjustments out of this play. So when you're just throwing the ball here, as you can see here, when I streak that tight end here, just giving you a breakdown on here. So when you're streaking the tight end, you see circle go underneath, so you don't have any bumping situation here. So this actually is sucking down both of the safeties here and taking that safety along here to open up circle right there for 86. So you see 86 get this nice little route beat right here. You can just sit it right there in the pocket. So I'm just throwing the ball. I'm not really angling or anything. So you can see that route being break down and split the three defenders. When he split these three defenders here, as you see here in this situation, these three defenders, that safety and that deep safety is going down. And you see how he breaks off to the safety to get a double coverage. But then he realized this giving him wide open coverage here. So you see how the play actually distinguish where to run, where not to run, where to throw, where not to throw. So just like I said, to open up that circle, I would just streak this X here. And that should give him the vulnerability to just sit that right in the pocket in case that corner doesn't jump off. Usually he doesn't, but you can take that in consideration. Then, just like I said, you can mix it up. So let's say if you want to hit him here, and you can actually streak triangle, and it's the same identical thing. It opens up circle because they're taking those safeties down. That's all they're doing. So that would be your first adjustment there is you can either streak streak X or triangle. And if you really want to take it to the limit too as well, which I've tried too as well, you can actually streak both actually, because this will give the illusion of, oh man, so now I can just attack both midfield, you know what I'm saying? So now they have to change the whole direction of where you can actually throw to because you're taking both safeties down. And now you're just sitting it right there in the pocket. So you see what I'm saying actually going on there. So you have, okay, if you really want to break it down here. So this is your first adjustment here. That's your first adjustment for the X situation there. So now you have your X situation here. So now you have another way, which is your second adjustment here. So which will be triangle there. So now you got your second adjustment. Then your third adjustment is putting them both in the streaks here. So it should look like this here. That's your third adjustment. there. So now you got 3 adjustments that you can do out of here just using streaks as usual. So now we understanding that we already got 3 adjustments out of that done. So if we break this play down even more, let's say if we want to redrag them. What do you mean by that? What I mean by that, the drag mesh concept here is kind of lanky. So let's say if we want to redrag them here, we drag X here and turn that next drag a level concept. I'm gonna have a video breaking down on level concept on my membership, so be on the lookout for that too as well, for the level concept. So this one here, they shouldn't split. You see what I'm saying? They bump each other there, but usually they don't split. But just like I said, for 50-50 bumps, in a way, it works for some reason until they fix it. But when they bump each other, you see who gets open. You see what I'm saying? So as you really break it down, when they bump each other, you see who gets open. So sometimes bumps work, sometimes they don't. But usually when you do a redrag here in this situation for this type of adjustment here, some of them won't bump. See, they won't bump. See what I'm saying? So I'm just throwing the ball here just to give you an idea. I'm going to go over the route. So usually they don't, but you see just like college is and Madden is, they have this bumping situation. So this is what you want. You see, this is what you want here. So this would be your 4th adjustment here. So this is what you want. This split here, because that linebacker only guard one person. So you're tacking on the strength of these linebackers here, basically. So you already got your 4. So just like I said, you got, your 1 here. And you got that's your first adjustment here. So you got your 2 here. Then you got your 1 and 2. And this is your 2 here, your 3 for this. Then when you reset the play, you already got that situation already covered with those adjustments there. Another way that you can do too as well, another adjustment too as well. So you have that situation where you can actually slant him across. Then what I like to do here, just to save face on everything, you can redrag him. And a lot of people don't know this too. This is adjustment as well that you can do out of this play too as well. So when you're doing it, you got a nice drag across that field, and you got that blocker right there too as well. A lot of people don't know you can turn your wide receivers into blockers with the routes that you customize. So just to give you an instance, you're doing the same thing for here. Here, when you throw that drag across the middle of the field, look what that wheel does. He'll actually go out and try to block for you. The same thing when you go back to the tight end here. He comes across the field. You actually got him. If you catch the ball, he can block for you underneath. So yeah, you actually turn your receivers into blockers. A lot of people don't understand that. Another thing that you can do, which I don't recommend, but I see a lot of pro players do this, and that you can motion him out and look at the wheel route here. Now, this is a little bit different. So when you see this type of person adjust this out of here, you want to be very cautious of this and have a safety a little bit, or if not user. Because when you run this route, he goes out and he goes deep to that left. So it's a little tricky, but it's relatively to run. I've seen a lot of people do this. When he runs this route, he actually goes bam here, right? The cut is good. It just, this safety here, these safeties. Now, it could be a continuous play because a lot of people do not adjust to this well. Because when they see it, they're thinking, oh, they're going inside. But if you do it right and they're not paying attention, they can really get beat bad with this play. So if you throw it to where you can, come back inside, yes, for a deep pattern, yes. Let's say if we respot the ball, right? So let's say we respot the ball here, right? And we move it to the right hash. Now this is where hash play comes into play. Probably make a video on that. A lot of people don't really understand hashes. So let's say if we motion, now we got the left side to feel strong on that left side for him to beat. So now we can actually give a little bit more go to him to throw deep. Now you see what I'm saying? It gives him ability to throw deep. So I'm gonna get more into hashes in the future. Explain that to you. I might do that. So when you're running this play, bam, he got enough field to go on the left side of the field. So you see he's getting beat terribly. So you see what I'm saying? So this opens up so much things you can do on this left side with these wheel routes. So when you're using these wheels, this is stuff you want to actually pay attention to. Because if you beat him on the safety and cut back inside like that, you can create some crazy animations, especially if you know how to use your catch well, just like what I did is cutting back inside with the receiver. So when I switch to him, I cut it back inside instantly for that rat catch. So I know I have a better chance of catching with him. And shoot, if I would have waited, I could have broke the tackle. So you see the rack catch animation you get with these wheels. You might think they're not ready for it, but if you act on the ball before they do, just like I said, like if you act on it and user catch, this is where user catch come into play. You want to practice, so you can definitely utilize that on the other side of the hash. The same identical thing if you flip the play too here, and that wheel route is on the stronger side and that other wheel route is on the right side. So he does the same exact thing. Now for the right side is a little different. So now you actually closing in on the field too, but it's still effective. So this is something you definitely want to practice and definitely get your hang on with these wheel routes. I will be doing a video on hashes so you can definitely dominate on both sides of the ball, on the right hash, left hash, middle hash, mid hash and stuff. I'm gonna definitely do a video on that to make you guys understand it. So I hope you enjoy. So I'm gonna catch you guys in the next video.